Alright guys, so we just lost service. We have been having issues with our internet going in and out. So we are going to go ahead and cut this short. I hate to do it, but I hate to get another live going and then lose it. Um, so y'all,
Only thing is, the chat's still here.
the chat won't be there too much longer. Yep, Crystal found us. Where is the stand? Is it in the car?
Yeah, I can
Pat
go get
made it back. Y'all share it and see if everybody can get back on. I'm gonna have Mark go out and get the stand for the phone. My data is working, but the internet, I don't know what's going on with it. This whole past week, every time we do anything, the internet is going out like every hour or something like that. I called this morning when the internet went out while Mark was trying to watch a video and I was trying to do something too. I called this morning and they said, well, there's no outages in our area. So they resent the signal to the router and everything, and we are still having problems. I should have warned all of y'all about that when we got started. But yeah, so the internet went out. It's attempting to reboot, but I'm on the phone right now. So I'm using my data instead of the internet service. Mark has gone to the car. We took it with us in case we didn't get back home earlier. We took the stand to hold the phone because we were possibly going to try and do it live while we were out. But then those plans kind of changed again as well. So yeah. Fruit trees, they took the apple trees in Florida, they took bags of ice, set them around the roots until the soil around the roots was below the freezing temperature or at the freezing temperature, which is your number of chill hours. And they just held it there. They kept adding more ice and adding more ice until the number of chill hours was reached. Here, we're the little one may be okay.
I'm gonna say you might set it right there in front of the computer.
Yeah, we'll have to move the computer or close the computer or something. Set it on top of the computer even.
Or I can slide it back.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to slide back with, babe, you got to open up the bottom of the stand like that.
Yeah.
So close the computer. Y'all hang on. Close the computer.
Everybody finding the
Pick up the thing and let it down. Pick it up. Not that. Yep. There you go. Now set it on top of that. All right, guys, hang on. We setting up the phone. Sister, quit licking me. Sister, quit licking me. Sister, quit licking me. Sister! Y'all, I can't stand a dog licking me. And she's just steadily licking me. All right, y'all, if you can, share it on Facebook, tag us in it, whatever. Help us out. Yeah, we lost service.
Yeah.
So I can't share now. Hopefully I'll see your comments. If I don't see your comment, I'm so sorry. Mark's going to be handing me the phone in a few minutes, and I'll be watching for your comments. Hey, Miss Wanda, glad you made it back. Hey, Crystal, I saw Ken, I saw Miss Bobby. We're slowly building back up where we were. I am so very sorry. Sounds like me and our shepherds. Yep. So yeah, we tried. I had a feeling it was going to go out on us. In fact, I said something about it before we sat down. Hey, Pat, Lord save you from this man. I'm so sorry. Help him, Pat. That one's yours. I got my own.
All right, let's see if I'm finding
Yes,
it.
we paid the bill. It's been going. It's been going in and out and in and out. In fact, the lights are on again, so it's working again. It just is constantly doing this all day long.
Which one is it, I wonder?
It'll be the one going on right now. Yeah, that's not it. That's the old one. What are you trying to do?
I was trying to find the new one on here myself.
Reload. Hang on, guys. Solar flares, that's possible.
Yep.
So here, go here. There we are.
There we go.
And then share that to everybody.
I'll go back and you can be. Oh.
So yeah. Set my notifications still not working for all for us and Eric to have to replay. Hey, we're here. Unfortunately, we have 2 videos tonight, apparently. So, yeah. No structures or footprints yet on Big Chief. Oh boy. Good luck. That's all I got. Good luck.
Me, Lord, have mercy.
We're storing the corn in barrels after we get it dried and everything. Yeah. Bigfoot messing with the net, possibly. Ken, we got to get you on one of our shows one day too to tell some of your experience as well in that camping trip of yours in the backyard.
Yeah, we do. We
Yep.
sure do. We sure do. Y'all forgive me a minute. I'm putting it back on. That way somebody can see it, just
Yep.
in case.
Did you tag it on?
I sure hate this happened.
You have to share it to my page too. And Cedar Creek Bottom's page.
Well, we'll do what we can. All right, keep talking.
So, yep. All right, guys. So while we're here, this goes into a bucket to hook up gravity water. This is a one-piece design that I ordered offline that I've been playing with all night long. So, just so y'all know, this part right here, you need to camp in the corn. I have camped in the corn. This piece right here goes on the outside of the bucket. You drill the hole to the size of that, push this in, this goes on the inside of the bucket, and you tighten it up inside the bucket. This right here is what your vinyl line goes on if you are hooking it up to waterers, whether it be for chickens or rabbits. This is going on a chicken cage, and we will be using it to set up a gravity-fed water system with this. This will hook up to the vinyl lines running to the cage where the waterers are. We also have another setup that we will be putting in for our chicken yard using PVC and cups and a big 15-gallon bucket like what the rabbits have, and they'll be, gravity fed to that. So back to trees. Mark said, fall through early spring for planting them. Me, the earlier you can get them in, the better, because, and I don't mean summer, I mean early fall. That way it gives them all that time through the fall till you get to the,
Sorry about that, Sherry.
sorry,
That-
and I just locked your phone. Yeah. Anyway, you plant in early fall. It has all fall, all winter.
don't.
I didn't mean to. And all spring to set those roots in the ground before you hit summer drought. Some areas you may not have roots growing in the thick of your winter. Our area we do. So you've got fall up to winter that those roots are growing, and then winter ending through spring for those roots to continue growing again. So, all right. Miss Sherry said, sorry I'm late. Phone got run over last hunting season. Had to get another one. Got an iPhone 12 and hate it. Never works right. Yours is a, yep. Mark got a 13, and that's what Ken said, get a 13. Every fall has always done well for tree planting for her and PA. That's what I was thinking. Most everywhere you plant in fall because it has time to get those roots established before it's having to support leaf growth. And then you're ready for that upcoming drought. You can baby that tree in fall till your rain hits, and you really need to baby that tree till your rain starts because it doesn't need to be totally dry. Don't water it too much that you give it root rot, of course, but it needs to have moisture. Does not need to dry and kill whatever little roots it starts establishing. You need to keep water to it. Once you get to the end of spring the next year, then you need to watch the tree and watch how it's doing. If it starts stressing when that summer drought gets here, water it. Water it. But you shouldn't have to water as much because it's had almost 6 months to grow roots. So That's the part I like about planting in early fall. A lot of tree companies and stuff, though, they don't sell their plants till summer.
Not to quit touching that screen.
It went out on its own.
It shouldn't have. And Barrett, we bumped it one time. I was telling you.
I was just holding it, and it blanked out.
You would know to do that.
So, I don't know. Didn't hear notification. Leanne's made it in. Hey.
Hey, Leanne. And anybody new that's come in, hey, it's good to see you. We had trouble a while ago. We lost internet, so we're on the phone now. I know a lot of people had to come back in the chat. We're gonna have to check our router or
Yeah.
something. I don't know if that electrical
That
storm.
it might be.
But I'm wondering that day that tree got hit.
That's what I'm saying. That's about how long we've been having the problem.
Right.
So we may need to. I'll call again tomorrow and see if I can get somebody
We'll
out
need
here.
to tell them that lightning hit a tree
Yeah.
not far from it. They
Yep.
might need to come check, see what's
Yep.
going on. We pay for it, so they need to come
Yep.
check.
Exactly. And yeah, they need to. Greg's still lost.
Greg's
Hey,
still
Mark D,
lost.
glad you found us again.
What do you mean Greg's still lost?
And the other video,
Is he still over there?
I guess. Joe just said that Greg was still lost.
Oh.
So I like what Leanne said. So Sherry's blaming it on her phone, and Leanne said, "Dang, now what excuse can I use?" So Cryptic Crystal said,
y'all
they
did
do
anybody
sell-
know that was on a while ago? If you got your text number or something, text them.
Yeah,
Tell them we got
just-
a new show started back.
And we tried to share the new link on Facebook and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, they sell the trees at the worst time. It's awful. Joe said he's been seeing online that watermelons are exploding and doing other stuff. Can we confirm that?
I have some splitting in my field, actually. I
From
noticed.
all the rain plus the heat.
Plus the heat, yes. And I got a lot of sunburns on my watermelons this year, more than I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Usually you'll have a few, but I mean, half my patch is sunburnt. Probably, I don't know if I might sell them for little or nothing. At least get my fertilizer and my fuel money back.
This has not been a good garden season for
Yes,
us.
it has not. And then if I think both of us was here,
Right.
it still wouldn't help.
Well, I think it might would have helped a little bit, but it still would have been good. I might would have not. Well, yeah, the weeds would have still growed up because the rain wouldn't let me in there. Yeah.
I think if we got planted earlier, we may have been a little bit better shape. But you can't fight the weather.
You can't. You can't.
It was raining on us the whole time in April. I mean, steady. Finally got dry enough in May, and of course, I started jumping on corn, watermelons, and we started trying to plant peas and all that. But I think if we could have got the corn and watermelons in April, like I used to do, we may have done better. But anyway,
Yeah.
if anybody got any more homesteading questions for tonight, and I appreciate, just like David Hughes asked me a couple of questions the other day when we was talking on the phone, and I mean, people just don't know. I mean, some stuff they just don't know.
What am I deep frying, Leanne?
Oh, she said something about in the video about deep frying some watermelon.
Oh.
I told her we may try that. So,
Oh. Ooh.
I think she commented that yesterday.
We
I
tried to
answered her
make
back.
watermelon wine last year.
Yeah.
Let's just say squirrels don't make wine very well. We forget it exists when you put it in that dark room.
Yeah.
And especially when you start working and having everything else going on too. So all the wine we made last year, let's do it again. I hit the button on the side to turn the screen back on, but
My phone usually doesn't do that when it's locked in on something.
well, apparently it's doing it now. So here, you hold the phone. Don't touch the screen. Period. Watch and see. It's going to go out on you too. It takes a little bit longer than mine. But yeah. Root vegetables doing
I'm glad
very
a lot
well.
of y'all
That's
have
good.
got back in with us. David's back, Crystal.
Yep.
I
Hey,
hope-
David.
I don't see Greg or Wanda back yet.
Wanda, I think, made it back.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Good.
Um,
Wanda let Greg know his new show.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
New link.
yeah,
Lord have mercy.
yeah. And here's the problem: I can't do the comments on the screen because they keep
All right.
leaving.
See, Mark, they have a dry corn shelter.
Yes.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
I got a grist mill, so I'm gonna grind some corn. Yeah, David, you need some chill hours for the fruit
And it's
trees.
not for the fruit tree growth; it's for the fruit tree production.
Production. So that's why I was telling you need to look up trees for your
For your
Pacific
Pacific,
area.
yeah.
It's because they'll tell you this tree has this many chill hours. But like even
Another-
it.
Go ahead.
No, you go
Go ahead.
Just like here in Alabama, some trees North Alabama do better than here in Central Alabama, and then what we call Lower Alabama, LA. So if you ever hear LA, that's where a lot of people talking about Lower Alabama. So some trees do better in the Tennessee Valley,
We should be home, Kathy.
and then some will do better here in this part of the state, Central Alabama.
And we're talking about different varieties of the same tree needing different chill hours, by the way. So a peach tree, some of them could only need 15, while other varieties of a peach tree could need 30. You've got to check specific varieties for those chill hours. Another thing you need to check is the warm hours too. How many hours of warmth does it take to break dormancy? Because you don't want to break dormancy early.
And that's another thing that hurts us a lot now. We get some warm sometimes in February, March, and then we'll have another cold smell. And, then it messes everything up.
That's why we end up not having good fruit productions here. Because, we'll get the good chill hours over the entire winter because we have a lot of days that it dips down into the freezing temperatures for an hour or two, maybe 3 or 4 hours. And if you do that over the course of 2 or 3 months, you're going to get 15 to 20 hours. We got the chill hours in 4 days last year. However, after those 4 days, we were hitting 70 and 80 degrees. So in February, or was it end of January even, that we had trees blooming.
Right.
So that's where we lose our fruit at, right there. And then your last frost date is in April. And if your trees are blooming in February and you get that frost in April or even March, you've lost your fruit production for the year. So.
All right. Anybody? Let's see. David Hughes asked, "Does it part flavor?"
Does it part flavor?
I guess he's talking about
Where?
does it give a better flavor too?
Does
I guess
what
chill
give a better-
house.
No, it doesn't affect the flavor.
Right.
Your temperatures and water consumption and nutrients is what affects the flavor. The chill hours just allows the production of fruit. We'll put it that way. It allows the production of fruit. If you don't get enough chill hours, you don't get fruit.
All right.
Does
Does
a
anybody-
Vidalia onion come from Vidalia? They can, but they don't.
Well, that's where this name got started, wasn't it? It ain't. Okay. I'm just asking. I thought that's what I heard.
They grow a lot of them there now, but it's not where they got started.
Hey, didn't they actually start in Texas?
I think so.
Because Texas is a big onion producer too.
Yeah. If you look at, so let's talk about onions for a second. Onions has a long day variety and a short day variety. And it's the opposite of what you think. So we are short day variety here. I can't remember what the two mean, but it's the opposite. So if you're up north, you get the long day varieties. If you're down in the south, it's something to do with how many cold hours again. I think cold hours is how many days is below 32. how many hours that tree's roots are sitting below 32.
Yeah, David just kind of asked that.
Yeah, I saw that. So back to onions. Long day, short day. Long day is up in the north because they have longer winters than we do. Short day is in the south. We have short winters. I think if I remember correctly, that's what it's referring to, is basically how long until you hit those hot temps that make them bolt as well. So Vidalia is actually a long day variety, I believe, which is not a sour. Everybody thinks it's because of Vidalia, Georgia, and it's really not.
Well, the answer.
I saw that one.
Oh no, I really don't know that. I thought I read something.
I
about,
always thought it was named after Vidalia, Georgia, too, and it's
I
not.
think I remember reading something about they actually were developed in Texas or something, and then the people in Georgia jumped on it or something.
I hate to say Google's not always right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. David, I guess you
But it could be.
understood about the chill hours. If you don't, we can talk on the phone later and I'll
Yeah.
explain it to you better.
Yeah,
How
that's,
that works.
the chill hours, that's why they put several bags of ice on the roots of the apple trees in Florida, because the roots have to be below 32.
Anybody got any more questions on homesteading? If you don't, get on to her, Leanne. But yeah, she's kind of right about Google sometimes. I wonder myself. Said there was a lawsuit about it
Huh,
because it's a Vidalia grown onion.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that now, because at one point I read that it was not about the, where it was grown.
I don't know.
I read that it wasn't because it was grown in Vidalia at one point. I don't remember where I read that and all that. I'm from Georgia, and for the longest time I thought it was because of that as well. But I don't think that that's actually where the name of it comes from. Well, now we've got another problem. Let me fix that. Move system. Move
Oh,
system.
her phone is starting to die.
Yeah, I didn't charge it
She's gonna get it plugged in.
because I wasn't expecting this.
Well, we gotta call the Spectrum tomorrow and say, hey, we're losing internet.
And this ain't good because I work from home.
There you go.
That's what I tell
Well,
them.
it's kind of true.
As I
You
say,
do some stuff. from
I'm
home.
working from home right now.
Right, so you turned the phone a little bit, so you might wanna. That's fine. All right. If anybody ain't got no more stuff about
Does
homestead,
y'all's College Ag Center develop plants? Yes.
yeah. Auburn is ours. Auburn,
Bobby is still
Alabama
broke.
A&M, Tuskegee University. Yeah.
I love the Vidalia onion as well. I don't know where it was born. Doesn't matter to me. It's a good sweet onion. I've not tried to grow it here because, like I said, I think it's actually a long day onion, and they say that it can't be grown here. Yes, Kathy, but I'm off work for the past 2 weeks, and I'll be back at work Sunday with another doctor's appointment Tuesday that will define if I'm still a Tractor Supply from that point forward.
Crystal has a question.
Okay? I'm trying to draw up a plan for raised garden beds next year. Any tips? You ready? This is the best tip I could ever give you. Hang on. Move system.
She's going to get a book. So,
I might not. It might be in the storage unit still.
she said they're going to use free pallets to build boxes.
Well, I don't see it.
Tomorrow's the yard sale thing. What the-
Oh, man. It must be in the storage unit. It's the best book I have. Well,
Well,
probably one of my second or third
she's
best
talking about
books.
using used pallets.
So yeah, you make your beds, but make sure that it is no bigger than 4 foot wide, because you need 2 foot to reach across from either side. The length doesn't matter. Again, you're going to be able to reach from either side, 2 foot in and 2 foot out. But the best thing I can tell you to do is look up square foot gardening method. That is the best gardening advice I can give anybody. Make sure that you have a good draining soil. You don't want root rot. Everybody wants to fill it up with potting soil. Don't fill it up with potting soil. That holds too much moisture. They make a product called garden soil for a reason. They make raised bed mixes for a reason. Use those. They have stuff in there to hold some moisture, but while also encouraging drainage and stuff like that. Do not fall into the trap of, oh, I've got to spend all this money buying the coconut coir and the peat moss and all this, that, and the other. You don't have to have all that. You just need to buy some good compost and some stuff to keep it loose, basically. Throw in, you know, if you're buying a pre-mixed raised bed soil, do it.
And be careful where you get manure from and who you
Yes.
get it from, and ask questions.
100%, yes.
A lot of people use Grazon on their hay fields.
And feed it to
Grazon
the
is a
cows.
weed killer. On the Grazon bottle, it tells you do
Yes,
not
David, I
use
love
any
it.
manure in compost.
See?
Yeah, but it's not going to completely out.
It would have if I hadn't have noticed it, or if you hadn't noticed it, it
I
would have went
usually
out.
don't do that, so I don't know why.
Yeah,
weird.
so
Guess you're rubbing
Grazon
off on
is used to kill. Grazon is used to kill all the unwanted broadleaf weeds in a hayfield. Okay? Grazon, when the cows eat that hay made from the field that was sprayed, it does not compost down.
Takes
So you
7 to
take-
10 years.
You take that manure from the cow that ate the hay that was treated with
But it comes
Grazon,
straight on through.
it's gonna
And
kill
guess what
whatever
y'all eating
plants
too
in
when
it.
you buy store-bought meat?
Yep,
Think about that a minute.
exactly,
And store-bought
exactly.
cereal and corns and stuff. What else?
We're all
is got?
worried about the Roundup Ready corn and stuff.
Well, that's
Guys,
bad, yeah.
guys, y'all hadn't even thought about your hay. That hay that is filled with Grazon that nobody even thinks about. The bottle even says, do not use the manure in compost. So imagine what it's doing to your cow. I mean, it's like us eating the Roundup in the cereal and stuff. So yeah. So if you're looking to get rid of all of that type of poison in your foods, you better think about what they're eating. Because if you're
let's
getting
see.
hay in, you need to find out.
Bobby asked me, what about a cow? And they're gonna keep so much of that Grazon in the meat. I hate to say it, I'm sorry.
It's like us eating the cereal with the
Right.
Roundup in it. Yeah,
When the U.S., not the U.S., when the
USDA,
no,
FDA,
Centers for Disease,
CDC.
yeah, there you go. Thing. When they done a test here a while back, they done a sample of people throughout the United States. I don't know how they done it. Each person they tested for Roundup in them. 15% of, hold on, let me go back. People showed 15% in their body of Roundup, traces of Roundup. So any animal that is eating hay that's been treated with a chemical is probably going to have some of that in them too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's, and a lot of farmers don't tell people that they're putting Grazon on because everybody wants them beautiful, beautiful hay fields. And of course
If
the
you're
horse,
buying horse hay
yeah,
and feeding it to your cow,
yeah,
yeah, it's
Mhm.
expensive.
yeah,
But yeah, you're getting
right.
Grazon. If you're getting a Timothy hay or a Bahia hay or
Yeah,
alfalfa
Any of the
hay,
hays. Yeah.
anything that is specifically one named type of grass, then you're getting Grazon.
Unless like us, we keep fighting and get rid of the weeds with bush hogging.
That doesn't get rid of all of them, though.
No,
Not to
but
be able
I
to
will tell you
label
what a
it
cow will
Timothy.
do. A cow will not eat that weed.
Right.
I've bailed many fields that had some weeds in it, and them cows knew what the weed was and didn't eat it. So
Point being,
I know.
you want to buy a mixed grass hay.
Yeah.
Because if you're buying a mixed grass hay, you can pretty much guarantee that they have not sprayed that field.
Right.
If you're buying Timothy alone, you're getting Grazon. If you're getting alfalfa alone, you're getting Grazon. If you're getting Bahia or orchard grass or whatever named grass variety, they're spraying it with Grazon.
Joe Parker says a Roundup causes gray hair. It may do it. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
Mark, how much seed corn to make? What now? Mark, how much seed corn to make your field corn?
How much seed do we buy to grow our corn?
Oh, I bought 5 pounds. Takes 10 pounds of seed per acre to plant. So if you're gonna plant an acre corn patch, you need 10 pounds of seed. If you're planting it at a foot rate like I do, in other words, the stalks are a foot apart, you put your correct planter plate in, and it knows where to drop that seed. So give or take around 10 pounds. When you're planting closer, it'll take a little more seed because they plant sweet corn and stuff a little closer and stuff like that. So let's see.
Nigerian dwarf. She
Goats,
doesn't use
yeah.
anything in her yards. Good. Good. But now she's buying hay.
Yeah, and tell her to find out who she's buying hay
Mhm.
from and ask that question.
250 for a nuclear test in the U.S. How's that for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. 100% there, Pyro. There's a lot of stuff that we just don't know about. And I mean, there's no telling what they're putting in our food either.
Yeah.
I mean, the preservatives, there's no telling.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if you can find a local farmer or a homesteader that's not using anything, yeah, you'll pay a little more, but so I mean, it's something to really think about, and I mean something everybody really needs to be thinking about is trying to figure out how to grow you some food. I mean, if it's in pots or whatever, or get in with somebody that's got some land. I know a lot of us don't have time because the way we work, we don't have the tools that we really need, and that might be where you can step in with a neighbor that does have the tools, and you help supply labor. We're going to be, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. We're going to be facing that coming. It's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. It's going to pop up. We already see how inflation, food has just went through the roof. We see where everything's going through the roof, and it's getting harder for people to survive. People are losing their homes. I mean, yeah, the news don't talk about it a lot, but it's there.
Sherry, they don't
It's
think
there.
about that.
It's there. If you can't grow food, be just trying to stock up on some or get in with some homesteaders in your area and start buying from them a little bit. Start buying eggs from them. Buying if they're doing meat. I know it's expensive to do it that way, but also you become their customer. So when things get rough, they'll probably consider selling to you first before they will anybody. So there's ways to, there's different ways to do it. So
I'm going back to Bobby's comment. She said that it's hard to find good quality hay.
it is. I agree.
Well, what are we talking about when we're talking about good quality? Because if you're talking about weed free, then you're going to have Grazon. Because a lot of people judge quality by the number of weeds that are in it. Not all those weeds are bad, but people think that their animals can't have it, that they only have to have a certain type of grass. Everybody for rabbits, we're just going to go with rabbits real fast. Everybody thinks rabbits must have either Timothy or alfalfa. Let me start with alfalfa. If you feed a pellet, it's alfalfa based. Alfalfa has the most calcium of any of the grasses out there. Your rabbits do not have the ability to pass a calcium-formed stone like we do. So a lot of times, if you're feeding alfalfa hay, alfalfa pellets, whatever, alfalfa, one, you got graze on the alfalfa, but two, you're building up too much kidney problems
Do
with
they
the
have
calcium.
Roundup alfalfa
Oh, wow. So we have Roundup Ready alfalfa. Wow. Well, they're still spraying the field. But anyhow, if you're feeding all alfalfa, you're going to end up killing your rabbit because it's got too much calcium in its system. If you've got rabbits, if you ever notice they have that cloudy looking pee, that's the calcium they're trying to get out before it forms stones and stuff. If it forms a stone, it causes infection and the rabbit will die. Timothy. They don't have to have just Timothy. Think about your wild rabbit. What's it eating? It's eating a little bit of everything. Everything. It's eating the weeds, the grasses, the shrubs, the vines. It's eating a little bit of everything. So that mixed grass hay is perfect. If you think about your goats, what did the goats used to eat before they were provided that nice alfalfa cube or pellet that you feed them when you milk? They ate the shrubbery. They ate the grass. They ate, mine eats lead. There you go. They ate whatever they could eat. Now, I'm going to say that yes, alfalfa, controlling what that goat is eating, if it's a dairy goat especially, is going to make that milk taste better. I'm not a goat expert by no means. So I don't know if alfalfa and calcium and all that is a problem for goats. But the point of that is also, they also like the choices available versus one specific thing. I call it like going to Golden Corral and eating off the buffet. They love a buffet.
Yeah.
Most all your animals,
most all your animals really do.
Yeah, most all of your animals are that way.
That's what deer do. They browse.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. They'll come eat the green patch a little bit.
Yep, and
They'll
go over
over
there.
They'll go over to honeysuckles, then they'll go over to the
Mhm.
briars. They just nibble.
So
And,
when you say you're trying to find a good quality hay, are you meaning weed free? Because it doesn't have to be weed free. The weeds being present helps ensure that that grazon's not on there.
I still ask that question.
I would ask it too, but like I
I
said,
think I know where she's coming from too about the quality hay.
well,
And,
horse people is a whole different ballgame.
well, baby, I raised horses. I know.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
uh,
I know nothing about horses, and I'm not even going to get into
But one
horses.
way you do get your hay fields in better shape is through bush hogging.
Mhm.
You get in there in the spring, you get before the weeds get going, and you'll get a better grass stand.
Well, the point
Also,
of it,
through fertilization, gives you better quality hay.
the point of it was she said that it's hard to find good quality hay.
Yeah.
So my question was, what defines a
Right.
good quality hay? Weed free? Because it doesn't
All right.
have to be weed free. All right, what's your corn? What yield you looking at?
I have no idea. I haven't really.
2 per stalk?
Okay. I don't know.
I'm not on Wi-Fi. Why did it do that? Actually, yes, I am. All righty, y'all all still with us? See, yours is down too.
You're back.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know nothing about horses.
Maury,
I
I'm
am-
gonna be on the
I
phone
am
spectrum in the
out
morning.
with horses. Because I
All
know
right.
horses is a whole different ballgame.
That is
So-
true. Certain grasses will find their horse.
Yep.
Yes, they will. All right. Anything else anybody want
And
to
I'll
talk
be
about?
on the phone with them in the morning because I'm the bill holder.
Let's see here. Yeah, I hate that. She didn't
Okay,
realize
Richard.
she didn't realize she had her
Yeah, apparently
phone.
my Wi-Fi was on.
and then it
With data backup, and the data's not the greatest. So we are probably going to call it night ourselves, Ken. So you have a good night. I'll see you later. When you start that RV life, make sure you come and see us.
I still got to talk about something else. A few minutes.
didn't say we were getting off. I said we're
Okay.
probably getting off in a minute. David Hughes, I think you're still on. We lost ourselves for a minute, but you know.
She didn't realize her phone was on Wi-Fi, so when that internet went off over again or blinked or whatever it's
Yeah.
doing, I need to check that connection in a minute too, make sure
The
something.
connection's fine.
Okay.
Because nothing's over there touching it, messing up the connection.
So I don't know what else. I think that lightning.
I think the lightning may have done something. So,
Maybe
all
it's
right.
time for a new router or something.
Yep.
And
All right,
Bobby, something happened with her.
Something happened to Bobby, yep.
So,
That's where our internet went out right there.
Yeah, so she must have lost it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that about Spectrum, but we
Yeah.
ain't really had no issues there.
Not till now.
Not till these electrical storms here in the last few weeks.
We don't have any other choices.
I was gonna say something and I have forgot.
So what's that other thing you gotta talk about?
That's what I'm trying to say. I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Corn, fertilizer, horses, cows, goats, deer,
No, I see some
Beans.
get on to other stuff.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Spencer's gonna be on our show next Friday.
Yes, he'll be on our show next Friday. I should be able to. Probably won't be this video coming out this next week.
It
but
is cutting in and out.
Okay.
Yep. Blue Eyed Northern said it is cutting in and out.
My power comes from Alabama Power, so I usually don't have any problem from Alabama Power.
Mm-mm. In fact, we keep power through most storms even.
Hey, Billy, good to see you, man. Yeah, we're gonna be on here a few more minutes, Billy. Billy, excuse me, Billy.
And Sherry's right below it. That's why you did it.
Let's see. Oh, what I was gonna say is, I'm gonna have a video. Probably will not be this coming up week. Probably be the next, from one of the ex hunting club members. That's gonna be on video with me, and he's going to go over what experiences he had up on the club. So y'all be waiting for that.
Ooh, did we get Mike to do that?
Huh?
Did we get Mike to do that yet?
Mike.
Yeah, he hasn't even admitted it yet, has he?
No, you ain't gonna get him to admit that. He's had something happen, but he ain't gonna tell
Hopefully
me.
Spencer will have his rock beside him.
Maybe he will. I hope everybody enjoyed or learned something. I ain't gonna say enjoyed. And learned something from the guy
yes,
telling
the
his
air
dog.
kicked out.
Yeah.
All right, let me go turn off the AC.
Yeah, just turn it off a minute. Anyway, I hope everybody that made it was able to listen to his interview last Saturday. JM, that was his first time to see something like that, and of course it caught him off guard. I'm glad he was able to share his encounter that he seen that day on the river. He got some pictures, and also he thinks he may have them down on some other property. Hopefully one of these days I'll get to make it over to Arkansas to visit him and check out them properties. But that was his first time. I think somebody in his family may have seen a booger way back yonder, but like he said, he didn't really believe them. And that day on the river, he became a believer. He believed. He knows there's something was very, So he's actually done like I did. He started researching the internet, listening to YouTube, and somehow he found me and Rebecca. So, and I'm glad he did. That's the first time I really got to, or second time I got to. First time I got to really interview anybody with a dogman sighting. The other guy, I did talk with him on the phone, but he did not want to be on video. So
Yeah, autocorrect is lovely.
So it's something I'm gonna have to really start paying attention to. Jonathan Odom has told me that there's some in the Talladega National Forest. Uh, Beginning to think so.
And we've heard about the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Skinwalker, I mean, right?
Yeah.
Out this way too.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get into that much, but I will.
Well, that's as far as we have to do.
Because I don't know how much is that exactly. Well, I know it's here close by.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, I wasn't going to even go with, I was going with around.
Yeah.
You just went even closer than I did.
Well,
Because Talladega National Forest is half the state, just about.
man, it's about 4 counties, yeah. See, what else was I going to say? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
David Hughes.
Yeah, I don't really want to see them either, Mr. Mark D, but it looks like I need to start paying attention for them things and trying to learn something about them if I can. That way I can inform people where they are. And that way if you go in that area hunting or camping or something, you'll know. That's one reason I try to tell where most of them are. I know a lot of researchers, they'll try to keep their place secret, and I understand that too because they don't want people going in there and messing it up for their research. I'd rather tell you they're there because if you go in there to research, I want you to know the things is there.
Be nice, Joe.
That way you can expect something's there. And that's one reason I come out and talk about different, like Hollins, Talladega National Forest. Now I may not name a specific spot, but I'm gonna get you in the neighborhood. I mean, that's like Creepy Mountain. I love to tell everybody where it's at, but it is private property, and I don't want to upset the private, the landowners and the club members.
Sherry.
So that's why I want to tell you, hey, there's Bigfoot sightings right down in this neck of the woods, or there's dog men over here, and there's been UFOs seen over here. I want you to know that, because if you go in that area, I know most of y'all are not in my area, but I appreciate JM all the way from Arkansas telling me that, because I do have friends in Arkansas and Texas that's right there in that area, and they just got that information that, hey, this guy got a picture of a dog man, a pack, really. I know a couple pictures are just so fuzzy. When he downloaded to us, I don't know what took place. A couple pictures stayed pretty clear. The rest of them just kind of
Fuzzed out.
just fuzzed out. I mean,
And there were screenshots sent over an email, so they definitely pixelated.
Right.
And then when you tried to take that screenshot and blow it up, it just made it worse. So.
But as far as like people on the hunt club, most of them that's up there now don't know they're there. But I have told a lot of them boys up there, especially the young ones, that's, I said, pay attention while you're up on this club, without getting into a full blown discussion why. Sometimes you got to pick your times when to say stuff, because you can start, and you don't want to run off your members, which we had a lot of members leave over the years because of them. You want to hold the phone a few minutes. Let my hand rest. I need me one of them things you put on.
Yeah.
But
plus,
it was with my hand. I got my hand cut, so that finger was starting to hurt. But that is something I'm definitely gonna start paying attention to. Just like Kumbo said, he took some reports of what he thought were boogers back in the 80s. Then he come to find out it was maybe dog men that he got reports of.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I don't know enough about these dog men things. I don't know really what they're going to sound like. I don't know if they do stuff like boogers do. They may just slip around, stay quiet all the time. So, I need to learn that. I seen somebody say they like pine thickets, which I would think a Bigfoot would too, because in the wintertime that pine thicket will be a little warmer, and plus they're out of the wind. Plus, it is hard for a human to approach them without making racket in a pine thicket, because you know pine thicket has a million pine limbs on the ground that you're gonna step
Hey,
on.
Christy.
So, hey Christy, how you? So, it's something I got to really get a grasp on. In my mind, a lot of times I thought they were in Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, Texas, places like that, where most of the dogman reports come from. But after listening to Victor back on Beast TV with Bama last week, and then of course when Spencer and them all had him Kumbo on that time, he said he had reports from every state in the union. So
Prime autocorrect moment there. It's not good to seizure, but it is good to see you.
okay, but so just blanked out.
Oh man.
So that is something that I'm gonna really start paying attention to, because like I said on the video the other day, I don't know if their population's increasing. Have they moved into areas they typically wasn't into? Maybe they have some, but they're getting more populated in areas. Is it people playing with the occult?
Hi, Zara.
In other words, summon them up through trying to do spells. And people think you crazy when you say there's people doing stuff like that. People, they are playing with stuff they shouldn't be playing with. I've witnessed it one time myself in the Talladega National Forest. I pulled up on some. They were fixing to do something. We were looking for a coon dog, and they was acting weird. And they done pulled the robes out of the car. I knew something was up, and we got on out from there pretty quick. I don't know what they were up to, but they was definitely up to something. It was around where old home place used to be. Actually, there was still a partial barn still standing there. And then there was another place in Talladega National Forest they called Cemetery Mountain. They said that people used to go in there a lot and do stuff. And I think the law finally come in there and broke some of it up. And then a new landowner bought the property, won't let people come in there totally.
Yep, David.
But the one other thing I'll touch on real quick is the alien thing down in Peru, because I'm trying to keep up with some of that stuff too.
I still haven't seen anything about that.
No, they covered it up real quick. It went shoo. I mean, as soon as they got a chance, they knocked that out. But I mean, that's even Timothy Alabrino and all them talk about how quick it got shut down. Of course, the Peru government, through their investigation, of course, says that it's illegal miners who are wanting to mine the gold in the rivers, that the cartel are it's part of the cartel group.
So they're saying it's fake.
They're saying it's fake, but yet there's videos that some of the villagers got of something about 7 foot running around. And I don't know of any miners using hoverboards and having full body armament, 7 foot tall, running around in the woods. I mean, and why would the cartel even go to that point? I mean, cartel usually just go and wipe you out. They just come in with guns blazing, or come in and tell you to hush or pay you off. So it don't make sense. But all of a sudden it hushed. The other thing I found out was weird was our government, some of the other governments down in that area had jungle warfare training in July in Peru and Brazil, back in them jungles. Interesting. Very interesting. So
they wiped them out
don't know.
in their training.
That, or it could be something else, but I ain't gonna say that right now. But anyway, that's something to keep an eye out. It's kind of similar to that.
Training.
It was similar to the Las Vegas thing, where the thing
There's a Las Vegas thing.
Yeah, where them people claim that something crashed in behind their house, and they went out back and there was 7 foot tall alien looking things, and they called the law, and there's even some video of it.
Yes, it is, isn't it, Pyro?
So there's a lot of other things
The plot
going.
of the Predator movie.
So there's a lot of things. Yeah, that's the other thing they're saying. There's some things we're being able to go like the Predator movie where he disappears. I don't think we have that technology. I don't think. We may never tell them what our U.S. government has that all of us have paid for. Ain't that nice to pay for something for somebody else?
Yep.
But through your money. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem with paying taxes because Jesus said we'd have to do it or we'd land up in jail, which he's pretty much right. But the problem I have is they don't use it correctly. It's not used for the American people like it should be. And I don't mind us helping other countries out, don't get me wrong. We if people's having food problems or water problems or disease problems or natural disaster, I have no problem with us helping them people because that's what us as Christians should do. But also we should be taking care of our own people first too. And we have a lot of hurting people in this country. And I'm talking about the people that's really hurting, not the ones.
Which is the song "The Rich Man from Richmond."
Yeah.
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah.
We're too busy helping everybody else in other countries and helping these people that want to live off of welfare that don't really need it.
Be careful, you get a shutdown.
Instead of helping ourselves. Helping the people that need help. Okay, sorry.
You have to word your words.
Rich man from Richmond.
Yeah.
Above Richmond, sorry.
And I didn't mean to get off on that a minute, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to speak about that a minute because that's something even though most of us are watching more about Bigfoot and Dogman, this UFO thing is part of it, just like the paranormal stuff. We've got to watch all aspects of it now because it's all combined. There's no doubt. I'm very convinced it's all combined now. I think it's all coming from the same old player that has got his hands in the cookie jar, in other words.
Y'all, they blew up. Try that in a small town. Let's go blow up the rich man above Richmond. Let's blow that one up.
Oh, you talking about the video?
Yeah. Let's go blow up that
Be
song.
careful how you talking about blowing up stuff.
Oh, let's make it really, really, really popular, guys.
Yeah.
Google it. The rich man above Richmond. North of Richmond. That's it. The rich man of north of Richmond.
It's a video on Facebook.
Sherry loves that song, so do I. Yeah.
We do have to be careful how we say stuff on YouTube because they're looking for keywords to pop us with, and anytime you start mentioning violence, and they would take that as violence or what different words we use, they can tear us apart with it. So
Flat Rock, you may need to share that with Mark.
okay, yeah, share it to me in Messenger, Flat Rock.
Just send a video of something see-through taking a step forward.
Okay. What time is it getting to be?
8:41.
Okay, we shouldn't have to get off.
Oh
here.
yeah.
But well, at least they ain't got to go to work, so we can have it all.
Hey, I'm good with that.
And we have good
Oliver
company
Anthony,
here.
that's
So
his name. Yes.
what's that?
The dude's name that sings that song. There was another song that's supposed to be releasing soon too, and it talks about one of the lines in it on the chorus is elephants and donkeys doing something, and as long as this world's still spinning, the crap show goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get off, I know I seen Leanne mention something about prayer earlier somewhere.
Something about a
And I meant before that got away
tractor
from us.
run.
I don't know if it was in this or
It
it
was
was in the
this
first show.
It was in this one.
Go back and read
I'm
that
trying
that
to.
way. Maybe everybody.
I wish I could put it on the screen, but I can't do it
Yeah.
from this.
Right.
Y'all please say a prayer for the people participating in the 2023 tractor run in Floyd, Virginia tomorrow. It's a great event that benefits residents in need, and her dad and mom are running
Okay.
the JD. The John Deere.
And y'all would be in prayer for all of us. We need to pray for each other every day. Um, Even if it don't seem like we're having problems, be praying for protection. Be praying for each other, uh, whatever it may be, health, reasons, financial, mental problems, anything that or your family members are experiencing, friends, it don't matter. And us on here, I know a lot of folks, and not trying to. I ain't no preacher, so I ain't trying to go down that road. But what I'm just trying to say is, uh, pray for each other, pray for our safety, pray for pray for our country,
Mm-hmm.
pray for your neighbors. I know sometimes it's hard to pray for some people. I know, I agree. I sometimes, man, I don't really want to pray for this son of a gun,
Yeah.
but I know that Jesus would want us to.
Yeah.
So, because that's that human part of us, and what so I have to really watch myself. Anything. I ain't gonna go no more down about Bigfoot or well, I will say one more thing, then I'll hush on that part. Stepdaughter said something jingled the door over her house. She was not there. Her roommate was there. He did get up and go look, and he couldn't find nothing. Dogs were acting real funny. That could have been a human. I mean, that's very possible this day and time, especially. You got folks out running around
Oh,
too.
and sister got to barking this morning.
Did she? Okay. So
About
he may.
4 a.m.
Well, he could be back because the watermelons are ready. That we got a ton of deer here. He may be, and we're getting close to fall again. So
Yep.
his time may be back to come back again, or his little group, or
Yes,
wherever
that
they're
was the
coming
end.
from. I'm gonna have to figure out where they're coming from, but see if they're the ones off the hunting club or if this is a whole different group. Got two new recorders in this week. Of course, I lost one up on the hunting club here a while back and never found it, and he conveniently walked off, I guess. So, but I'm gonna have to do a little better about the recorders.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. You got to definitely not leave it laying on the top of the truck
true.
when you go down a bouncy road.
Yeah.
Because there's no telling where on that hunting club that thing is.
Yeah,
It
but
could have hit any bump anywhere.
I went down through that whole area, didn't see it nowhere, so I think something walked.
So you went down the whole road from the start to the finish,
Yes, ma'am.
from the gate to the lake.
But I'm gonna tell you now, it would have never made it from the lake. No way.
But it might have.
No, it wouldn't.
But it might have.
Maybe it was back there on that.
I know. I
It
know.
wouldn't have made it. Might went up
There,
that
there,
first
there's that chance it might have.
hill. That first hill I went up, I don't see
Shoot,
how.
that first bump.
Yeah, so.
But there's that chance.
Well, there's a chance, but I just don't think.
I don't
made
see it either, but
I think it fell off right in there and something picked it up.
Yep.
Because I even made a message on the club: look out for a recorder over around the lake.
mm-hmm.
Nobody seen nothing, so. There was a lot of people coming in there about that time fishing and all that stuff. So, and I didn't find it run over or anything. So, I'm pretty sure, and that's the same spot in there where them tree bends happen all the time.
Yep.
Every time Pat comes up there to stay, there's a little sweet gum sapling gets bent
That's
over
true.
in the road right there every time, right there in the
sorry.
same neck of the woods right
It
there.
is.
So, I don't know why they bending that tree over right there. Unless they're warning.
It's on the toolbox.
Yeah.
In the back of the truck.
Yeah, well, it didn't fall in the back of the truck.
It did not.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the hood.
Yeah.
If it had been on the hood, he might would have seen it.
Yeah. Well, I won't do it like that no more. That taught me a lesson real quick, and because we got in a hurry to leave for some reason, and I forgot to pick it up. So.
Yep.
Next time I'll.
Was that the day the brakes messed up?
No. No, I think it was having to get ready. I had to come on home and get ready for work.
Maybe.
So.
'Cause that was that day the brakes were messing up.
I don't remember. Well,
Wasn't it the brakes?
I don't
Or
remember.
was it a tire?
I don't know.
The hub or something? I don't remember. Never mind.
Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna get off here. It's almost 9 o'clock. I need to get me a good shower, and me and her kind of went out on a afternoon date today. Rode up to the city of Anniston, Alabama, which is up on I-20, which is close to the Talladega Speedway, and we went.
Well, it's about as close to the speedway as we are, isn't it?
Nah, it's closer.
Is it closer?
It's closer. If any of you've traveled through Alabama on I-20 heading Atlanta, you went right through Anniston and Oxford. It's where Fort McClellan used to be located. Still part of it's there. FBI, CIA, and Homeland Security's got a training facility there, and there's still a few Army things left there. They still got an artillery range that all the National Guards use, so they go up there and shoot artillery. Used to be a happening place back when I was younger, because it had the chemical warfare, MP school, and the women's auxiliary, because they used to call it the wax, and that's where all the ladies come and got trained.
Glad you made it back to now.
So it was a big base at one time. That's where my father trained for World War II. But it's real mountainous right there around the fort too.
That's where my granddad was too, remember?
It was Fort McClellan.
Because he was an MP.
But I wanted to come back by. There's a mound, 2 mounds right there in Oxford, right off the interstate. One of them, big controversy about it years ago when they was building a big shopping center. They were taking the dirt from the mound, and then people realized what the mound was, and boy, it stirred up a hornet's nest. Creek Indians come in, started protesting, the federal government got involved, and you can still see, and it was a huge mound. This wasn't no little bitty thing. This is actually a big old hill, and it had a burial ground on it. But there's another mound a quarter of a mile away right by Choccolocco Creek, and I was going to go down there and film today a little bit of that and show it to y'all, and didn't show you that big mound, which is growing up in trees now. You can't really tell it because they put off limits on that one. I think people almost got sent to jail over all that stuff. That was a big rigmarole back here in the early 2000s. But if nobody don't have no questions or anything, we'll get ready to get off here.
Oh, they all said goodbye already.
Have they? Okay.
All right. So they just waiting on you.
All right. Well, all of y'all have a good night. You know.
No chances of yellow snow. Nope. No.
Y'all be kind to one another. Love one another. Get along. I mean, there's no sense, fussing with folks. And, pray for each other. And y'all remember everybody we support. I'm not going to go through everybody tonight, but y'all know who all we support. And people on YouTube and on Facebook. Next Friday night we'll have Spencer on at 7 o'clock. So y'all make sure y'all tune in where we can all aggravate him real good. So, well, if nothing else, you got anything, baby?
No.
All right.
Yep, Woodwalkers on Sunday.
Okay, he coming back on Sunday?
It's what somebody said.
Okay.
Billy Schilling said, see you Sunday on Woodwalkers.
Right. Well, we love y'all, and y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see y'all. Well, I'll see some of y'all in chat somewhere this week, but
Little Possum Friday Live. That's it.
That's it. We may even put that on there, Little Possum Live. So
live, Little Possum.
We love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this off.
Hey.